Good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to the final matchup of the round of 8 of the All Forked Cup. We have a matchup that is more or less just a nice, relaxed matchup, as this matchup between the two teams of Indigo Imps and We Forked Up has already been decided. But we're going to go ahead and show our prowess in this flag set, this Zemus Zone anthologized flag set, which will let you know what's involved in those flags in just a moment. As I introduce my cohort in crime today, Xenocat. How are you today, Xeno?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to this race. Now, our runners, I believe, are just running to see if the record will be 3-0 or 2-1. The Indigo Imps are already down 2 games, so they cannot move on in the tournament. But uh, Stoney looking to get the sweep, and Jazer looking to prevent at least a sweep in this tourney.
Let's look at some of the flags, but before we do that, let's go ahead and let you know that we have Beauty and Discovery manning the switches in the background, getting the restream going, and we've got Rowdy Sniper doing the tracking for us today. Well, let's talk about some of the big flags here for the ZZA flag set. First and foremost, you see a hero in the middle of your screen. We got Porum as our hero today. So she'll be controlling the agility calculation for our party throughout. We have K Main, K Moon, no K Summon, but we're adding K Pink into this. So that'll give them another access to a possible free item whenever you are going to turn it in with the hook.
Yeah. Uh, we have K No Free. This flag set features the classic D-Mist hiding somewhere, able to gate a key item. And I believe D-Mist cannot be at the giant or the package, but D-Mist can be hiding pretty much anywhere else.
That is correct. Now, probably
We
the
are.
next one, we've buried the lead here. Let's talk about this 64 floor glitch.
Oh
How
yeah.
does that differ from all the other flag sets we usually see?
In most flag sets, we have the 64 floor glitch turned off, which means that our runners aren't going to be breaking the game wide open. In with 64 floor glitch, we can, by going up and down a bunch of stairs in Dwarf Castle, we can make the game uh, take us to some very interesting places and use that to break into the Ribbon Room early. We can use it to break into the Sealed Cave early. The speedrun uses it to get to Zeromus early. You can do all sorts of things with it. Now, it is a time-consuming glitch, and in some cases, it may not be worth using the 64 floor glitch if you don't get the value out of it. That is a lot of time you've sunk into those checks that your opponent could have been using to make a different check, so it's tough to say how valuable it is. It can definitely be useful. It's an option. Not always the correct one, but it
Yep,
does look like our runners are off.
absolutely. Notice we have one objective in this flag set: forge the Legend Sword with Adamant Rock. So let's see this get going. We got Porum with Yang to start out. And we have a CPU at the Baron 1 spot when we get to that point in time.
Yeah, if we
Use
do end up chasing down the Baron key, we'll have to fight CPU. Honestly, pretty good spot to see CPU. Not a lot of hit points there, as long as we don't have to do that too early. We did get our starting spoon. That is a set starting item, just so that our runners don't have any initial direction from the first key item check. And we are going to see where Jazer and Stoney are headed.
Now we do have a T semi-pro flag set, so Evelyn Castle, which is normally the first stop, is probably still going to be the same, but not nearly as lucrative as it normally is.
Yeah, our treasures are a little bit ruder than the Wildish flag set, but not quite as rude as T-Pro, which often led to, hey, just the assumption you're never going to get anything good for any of the any of like the big heavy hitters like Cecil, Kane, or Edge, so we're just going to not use them and go mages instead. This curve is somewhere in between. It uses it's just still similar weightings, just between the power of T Pro and T Wildish.
One of the things we need to look for as we're opening these chests is the T playable flag is on, meaning
Ooh.
anything looted from a chest or a pot, if it is equipable by a character, that character is possible in this seed, though we
I
do have the distinct 8 flag on, so only 8 characters will be available.
That is good to keep track of. We have seen an ice brand, which means Kane or Cecil is guaranteed in the seed. We do know that already. The other, we've seen a Tiara, which means that at the very least we know. Well, Tiara is equipped by Porum, so that doesn't tell us anything. We saw Yang already, so Catclaw doesn't tell us anything. I'm not sure if the Bahamut Orb is only available if Rydia is around, because it's not equipment.
Yeah, summons are not counted into the equipment pool for T-Playable, at least now. I believe they're added for 5.0, but not for now. But we did see a Flame Rod.
I was going to say that's a different category of thing. Flame Rod tells us that we're going to get Rydia, Palom, Tella, or Fusoya. Not a helpful item particularly, but at least one of those characters is in the seed. We didn't roll all of the non-black mages. But our runners are pretty synced up at this point, heading up. Ooh, White Spear tells us Kane is in the seed. Crystal Shield tells us Cecil's in the seed.
All right, so both
Kane and Cecil confirmed.
Yeah, both of our big guys from the vanilla able in the seed, so I would venture to guess we will see a trip up ordeals at some point in time. But it's something that may normally be faded, but when you know you got Cecil coming down the pike...
Yeah, that Crystal Shield, really helpful information there. Jazer decided to nope out of the right tower after finding the first box, knowing the second box was there. Is headed over to Damsion, while Stoney is going to keep pushing through. Just in case we didn't know Cecil was here, there's a lightsaber and a black sword. We've gotten... I haven't seen anything else that's really indicating any other characters yet. But we will see.
Lots of looting going on still.
Yep, we're still seeing another rod show up, so definitely we have someone who can cast black magic in the seed.
So I'm pretty sure Edge and Edward, the only two we don't know for certain, have a possibility.
Edge, Edward, and Sid are unknown.
Right. Unknown for certain. We know that Sid can equip.
Unknown for sure. Well, really, and then some combination of the mages. We don't know. We haven't seen any Iridia specific gear either.
Yeah, no whips. We haven't seen whips. We haven't seen hammers. We haven't seen Hanzo steel yet. So.
And we haven't seen the harp.
All right,
although
so
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if harps would. I think harps would just auto sell, so I don't know. If we would see evidence of Edward.
No, you can see harps in here. You can see the Dreamer harp for certain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is junk. That's right.
Yep.
So they would not auto sell. We get everything. No money in these boxes.
All right, so Jazer's going to go pop real quick. We've got Golbez and our left-handed mage, Palom.
Yep, I definitely like this check. I mean, we know Cecil's in the seed. Palom here, not a bad pull. Definitely takes care of, okay, we knew a black mage was in the seed. This is probably the one that we want to see. Stoney headed down to Antlion Cave where we have Dark Elf.
Yep, and you have Twin now early on, which can be very, very useful early on in the seed. Especially when you use Bluff with Palom, that early...
Yeah, Golbez is not great here, but Twin Magic is worth it.
The Ybez flag is on, so we may not see your usual spells coming from the shadow. Breath being one of them.
Breath,
Stone
Mist, Stone. One. Oh no! Goodbye, Palom.
And that's it.
That's not ideal.
No, if it was just to kill them off, you could bring them back up and get the experience. But with that stone, unless you've got a way to take that back away, there's no way that's... I didn't see any heals inside the opening.
We got a Vanilla Virus. Yeah, I'm guessing Breath missed completely, so it went for a second spell, Stone landed, and then that's enough spells. Okay, Ice 2. Golbez mixing it up a little bit, changing his Fire 2 to an Ice 2.
Dark Elf down on Stoney's side.
We don't have heal yet, to answer a question in chat, and fire too. Okay, I guess we just swapped lit 3 for ice 2. That's not as exciting.
I think the question was actually that Golbez's heal didn't actually take off the stone. So
Oh yeah, Golbez's heal only removes the paralysis. Oh my goodness.
no.
That's hilarious.
That's unfortunate. HP running out on Young, so he won't get the experience either. That's very unfortunate. And that brings up a very
poor Young.
important point. When we get to the Z fight, that is something that can happen in the Z fight too.
Oh yeah. And if that happens to your last party member after you kill Z, that is not a valid finish.
So
but yeah, ooh. Stoney got the magma key out of Antlion Cave, headed up Mount Hobbs to collect on that character. Palom starting with a Gaia hat, not bad. We definitely like Gaia hat. We're gonna pass the karate gi off.
Yeah,
and pass the diamond ring off. We're doing just some equipment swapping here.
Now, smartly so, Jazer going to Fabul. Fabul gives you a free heal all the way up, including statuses, but before and after the fight. So
yeah, that will
heals,
recover the party nicely and gives a good amount of experience. So he'll be able to get his Palom online pretty quickly here.
And Porum getting the stone on Stoney's side.
Oh dear, poor Porum.
But Porum is the hero, so Porum will get experience either way, so that's not actually a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Probably what we wanted here.
So the Fabul defense starting off for Jazer. We'll see who's hiding behind that part.
Stoney's Palom also not getting experience.
Nope. No starting life potions, so.
Oh, we're just here to interrupt the Eblin diplomatic mission to Fabul.
A free fight, if you will.
King and Queen Eblin lost their castle. We visited it. There were a bunch of monsters there. They showed up to Fabul. They're like, "Hey, can we move in?" And we're like, "No, King and Queen Eblin. We don't want you to move in." We are gonna go ahead and actually try and do damage here because that will speed this fight up.
There we go. So we'll get healed back up here as well, which is good, especially from the MP standpoint, because we have a lot of levels being gained by our twins there.
Oh yeah, and there's no extra reason to not worry about using that twin command in that fight, because we're going to get all our MP right back. And we have I mean, that's wonderful.
Well, at least that means we'll have to come back here one more time.
Yeah, that's really great news for Jazer. Hey, you got the pan out of here. You had to do this. You had to double dip Fabul. Now you don't have to double dip Sylph.
All right, so from here, I'm guessing we're going to see who's at Baron. Well, actually, Jazer's not been to Antlion yet, so Antlion or Baron in choices here.
We could see a runner head up Ordeals. It looks like Jazer's headed to Ordeals. Remember, we did see a crystal shield, which tells us that Cecil is guaranteed in the seed. So I don't hate the play up Ordeals, especially since it will also power up those twins decently as well.
Is this a situation where we're going up there that way if we do happen to find Cecil at Baron Inn, that he's already a paladin as opposed to getting him beforehand and then trying to carry a Dark Knight through?
Yeah, it could help out. Porum can probably handle whatever's in the changing room.
Speaking of change, there's a change rod. Be a good upgrade there for Palom.
Yeah, Palom will appreciate that. Or we could just give him the Lilith rod that we've had in our inventory. That works too.
Alright, so Stoney taking on the King and Queen of Eblin as we see Jazer head into the first fight of the Ordeals Mountain.
Yeah, it turns out the first part of the bridge, you want to cross the bridge. Too bad there's a wall on the bridge, and the wall is threatening to push you off the mountain.
I just wonder how that's being supported at this point in time. How's that launch?
I don't know who decided to build a wall on the bridge. That seems like very poor design.
Seemed like overkill to me, to be honest.
If you wanted to build, who goes to the trouble of building a bridge and then making the bridge impassable?
Evil wall saying you shall not pass. Stoney threw the fight there with King Queen Evelyn. So they will pick up the Magma Key.
Well, the pan.
Oh, sorry, the pan. The Magma Key was Airline Cave, sorry.
Yes.
Already fumbling the play here on the commentary side.
It's all right. Evil Wall is gone. Great. Bluff is a very good ability, and Jazer are making great use of Bluff.
So explain Bluff to our novice users or our non.
Oh, yes. Bluff is an awesome Japanese exclusive ability, so it's not in the version you may have played, the US version. But what it does is Palom can use Bluff as a command, and it ups his wisdom by, I believe, 16. 15 or 16, I can't remember the exact number. It's one of those two. It is a lot. And the thing is, it does it for the rest of the fight. It's permanent. If Palom dies, doesn't matter. Gets revived, he still has his wisdom buff. Palom casts a spell, he still has his wisdom buff for the next spell. Use Bluff again, it stacks on top of the first Bluff, and now Palom has plus 30 wisdom or whatever it is.
So
the only thing that removes Bluff is if you switch Palom's equipment and give him a different rod. So don't do that after you've bluffed him up, but otherwise, Bluff is great. Anyway, we got surprised by Plague, and that's really unfortunate because Plague is not fun.
Plague is definitely not fun. It's a very, very fast bot for Plague. So we're playing the good old. We're gonna knock. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Oh, Young,
do enough
we need
damage.
you to do your job.
This could be a. Hopefully, the comet here will be enough.
Comet is not what we wanted there. We wanted to get.
I don't think we'll get life off quick enough to be able to.
No, unfortunately not. Stoney, it looks like, has pivoted over to Aggert, had dropped the Magma Key. I expect Stoney to just rush down the freebies here. You got the Magma Key, you got the pan. It's time to go get all of the free turn-ins, or we can just go to Baron Inn instead and make me look like a fool. That's fine.
That's fun.
We don't need the Fay March freebie or the pan check. Well, the pan is only one check, or either of the Sheila checks. It's fine. Okay, buying silk webs. Not buying heal potions makes me sad. Always buy heal potions. You never know when you need them. Okay, another Palom's not the worst thing to find.
And that is an Odin.
That is an Odin.
That's Golbez's sister.
Oh yes. Odin is not going to have a good day.
Nope. Yeah, I'm with you on the heal potions. After you've already had a situation where you could not. Oh, this better not be the gauntlet.
Yeah, it is the gauntlet. Oof, that is unfortunate. But yeah, if you haven't fought Dark Elf and Valvalis already, Stoney has fought Dark Elf but has not fought Valvalis yet. Just buy a stack of heal potions. They're not expensive.
Yeah, especially like I said, when you're
you don't need them, but when you do need them, they are so important.
Yeah. The unfortunate aspect about the gauntlet being here, is it's a pretty punchy spot, and you don't get to heal between fights.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of just trying to get through this gauntlet.
It's surprising. We know a Palom's there, so you're not gaining a character. You already have underground access. Is there a particular reason why we're finishing this gauntlet now?
I I mean, you got through the first fight. I guess you're committed to the check. But and I guess don't want to fade something that's this early, but I do understand just, uh, I, I don't know what I would do in this situation. I might be sitting through it, but it's a very reasonable check to just say, you know what? We don't need to do this. We can come back later or never. Honestly, later when Kick does enough damage that it takes out these fights, that would be great.
Yep. So Jazer got through the plague fight, went back and made a safety save, and now we'll see Porm go into the mirror room by herself as the hero.
Yep. We'll see what challenge Porum has to overcome. What are her inner demons today? So that she can earn the hook.
That is another sparkle.
Oh dear.
Ogopogo would be bad here. Lunars.
Porum's inner demons are the D-Lunars.
Yep.
I approve of the Grimoire.
I do too.
That was a good Grimoire.
That's a heck of a roll too. We'll take
Yeah.
it. We will take it.
Absolutely.
I believe this is fight number 5 on Stoney's side. I've lost count because I was looking at what Jason's doing.
I think this is the last one. This is the final fight of the Gauntlet for Stoney. So Stoney is just about to get through Baron in. And oh my goodness. Baron in fight faders, Gauntlet faders in shambles. That's the Legend Sword.
Yep, that is what we call a required check. Because it's half of our only objective in this flag set.
Yeah. Stoney just needs to find the adamant, and then Stoney needs to find access to Zeromus, and then they're good.
Yeah, we have access to Zeromus already. Recall the 64 glitch.
Oh yeah, I guess we could 64 our way to Zeromus.
Adamant Rock technically gives us go mode at this point in time. Now, I don't see Stoney using the 64 glitch, but to be true to what is required to be in, quote, go mode, we would be in go mode with Adamant Rock. So Stoney going down to Bonk, Yang in the head of the pan, no K7 on flat, which means we won't get anything of note from the Sylph, at least from a key item perspective.
Yeah, it could be something useful, but not a key item. Jazer, it looks like, is going to be heading to Baron Inn before Antlion. And is ignoring the hook character for now.
So the Sylph's going to give us the Dragoon Spear. Not terrible, but we have a White Spear already, though, so...
We did already know Kane was in the seed, but thank you for the confirmation.
Yep. Probably information I should know as a runner of 5 months or so now, but does the twin spell cost different magic based off of the spell that is cast?
Yes, it does. Flare is 10 MP and Comet is 20 MP from both twins.
That is important because if we're using that to get through these fights, we may not have enough.
Yeah, if we hit Roll Comet, which is a 25% chance, Flare is much more common. But if we roll Comet, we're not getting as much out of our MP.
Our Fay March freebie for the flag set is a Ice Brand.
Well, great. We already had one of those.
Yes, we did.
In fact, we had 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
And after Stoney sold one, we still had 2 left, so we definitely already had 2 of those. We did not need another one. Jazer picking up the mandatory Maid Kiss from the Vanilla Gauntlet. Just a quirk of how the Gauntlet is programmed in Free Enterprise is that the Gargoyle there will always drop a Maid Kiss. Or a Cure 1 if you are playing without J drops. We did see a Murasame in the shop, but I don't believe that shop items count towards the CT playable. They're just, the shops are just selling whatever.
A Shura and a Sparkle.
Ooh. I don't think... I do like the peek just to see who's there and who's out of the pool, but we don't need to fight them. K-Summon is not on. So we're going to be leaving Asura and one of the Sparkles by the wayside this seed.
Gauntlet down on Jazer's side sees the legend. The only good information that you really get from checking the Fay March check is that D-Mist does give us potential key items. So if you see D-Mist in that location...
Yeah, it is good to check. Fay March is not excluded. The only places we don't have to look for D-Mist are Giant and Package.
Crack a Siren.
I suppose we have stop so we can get through this, or we can just bluff up a bunch. That also works.
As you mentioned, it stacks, so we're going to put a couple stacks of bluff on, so we can go ahead and get the...
Ooh, that is heads up. There was a Blitz Whip in one of those boxes in the on the path to the Fay March, so we know Rydia's in this seed.
Bahamut at Mist Cave. If we know Rydia's in the seed, and that Bahamut orb there at... where did we just see that? Fay March shop.
I believe our runners already found one in Eblin.
Perfect.
So we don't need to buy it.
Does Fire 2 not crack the egg?
I believe we've cast stop on the egg, so the egg will not crack.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, generally a good idea if you're doing eggs at low levels is to cast stop on them. Gonna get some extra levels here, up to Blink Charm on Porum, there's Quake on Palom. That's all the grinding that Stoney feels like they need to do.
Tomra shop. Selling not good stuff.
No.
Full apples and whistles.
Not interested in those items. We'll see about the weapons and armor.
Life staff not
Can I interest you in sticks that start with L?
Yeah. Take the life staff. Is there
Yeah.
Christian? Not even check for Christian now.
Nope, we're done. And Jazer has found the Magma Key in Antlion. Jazer can now get underground more easily. Will not have to do that hook route.
Unless D-Mist is there and D-Mist is holding the Adamant Rock.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Stoney doing the pan check now. Sheila 1 and Sheila 2.
Yep, 2 key item checks here that are relatively quick. Makes sense to go ahead and take a look at those, especially with how close to go mode we are.
Sheila 1's Earth
Sheila.
Crystal.
Yep, that's a nice pickup for Stoney, and
another Bahamut orb.
Thanks, Sheila. We had one of those.
She just handed us 30,000 gold, though.
Yeah. It sells for a decent amount.
Cecil at Hook Route would be fun. I don't disagree.
Yeah, we'll see. The Hook Route characters available. Neither of our runners have checked the Dwarf Castle character. And then, of course, with the Earth Crystal, we do have 2 characters up at the top of the Tower of Zot, which it looks like Stoney might be interested in checking out.
Yeah, the Hook Route's, going down to check the shop of characters not out of the realm of possibility. That would be a kind of common play at this point in time, as we're about to see Jazer do exactly that.
Yeah, I think Jazer realizing, hey, I'm not gonna do the hook route, most likely. Let's go ahead and check out the shops, check out the character, see if there's any extra value down here.
That's a gated shop, so it's going to have better
Yes.
goods for sale.
On the S Wildish flags that we are running, the shops do lean a little better than your standard shops, but they are still weighted based on gating.
Yep. Bacchus wines, Star Vales.
Those are definitely good finds. Ninja hats are not too bad in the armor shop, and there's defense swords if you want those. Gonna go ahead and trade an ice brand away for a ninja hat.
Go check our character. Do we loot on the way back here to see if we can't pick up the...
I don't know. I don't really know that Jazer needs a whole lot of extra loot. But we will see. It does look like Stoney is going to go ahead and rate the treasury, though.
All right, so let's ready to play that game. Rate that treasury. Everybody get ready.
Oh, hey, it's Sid.
And Leviathan. In case we need it.
RDRs aren't bad.
Another ninja hat.
There's some decent stuff in this treasury. It's not blowing me out of the water. The protect ring's nice. The Leviathan orb is cool.
I mean, if you like money.
Yeah. And there was a silent staff in there if you didn't buy the life staff. It was okay. Nothing game breaking in there, but also some decent stuff that we could use.
Yep. We see Stoney going up to Zot, which means we've got a flame dog check potentially, and we've got two bosses.
Chat bringing up it had a Bahamut orb. That's like the third Bahamut orb we've seen. We don't care about that Bahamut orb.
Just picking up money is all we're doing. This is almost the FBF flag set at this point in time.
Yeah. It's like we had a Bahamut orb in Eblin, and then Sheila gave us a Bahamut orb, and now you're expecting us to get hype about Bahamut orb from the treasury?
I mean, that's what, about 8 sirens?
Sure.
Just shy.
Jays are going to go ahead and do the underground freebie loop to get that Earth Crystal. I think that's all we got from the underground freebie loop, key item-wise.
Yeah, the freebie itself was an ice brand, I believe.
Yeah, and Sheila too, just Bahamut orb, so nothing exciting from those. And we have some dolls guarding the Tower of Zot.
We're definitely going to forego Quake on behalf of... forego Twin on behalf of Quake now, so...
Yes, Twin is great, but once you learn Quake, Quake is better.
Just don't do like me and remember that you've learned Quake.
Yeah, just make sure you keep track of the fact that you did learn Quake. You can use it. You don't have to Twin anymore.
All right. We know there's Iridium. There's an Edward.
Okay, so we've got... I'm trying to keep track of who all's in the seed, because we might have seen everyone. We've got Sid, Palin, Porum, Yang, Edward, Kane, Cecil, and Rydia are confirmed.
Yep, that's 8.
Which is 8. So Rose is on break, Tell is on break, Foo's on break, and Edge is on break.
Yep, Foo on break's not terrible, because it's Foo's only a maybe. So you weren't guaranteed to get any of the big spells. Well, it's 85% chance, so it's not terrible, but...
And unfortunately, we do not have a spoon flag, so Edward is not going to be able to use that spoon. So sad.
And we don't have an edge to throw it either, so that's just basically...
The spoon is just a few thousand gold.
Yeah, that's 5,000 gold. That's about it. Not that I've ever sold it in this flag set ever, because of the same exact reason.
I mean, is it worth the time to sell it?
If you already had a shop, sure. You're not gonna
Sure,
wait a
I
second.
guess.
DKC.
He's
could be
not gonna
painful.
hurt too bad here.
Yang will live, but that's about it.
Yang will live, and he's gonna toss a life potion at Palom so that Palom gets experience. Porum will get experience because she's the hero, and we don't care about Edward.
Poor Edward.
Poor Edward, indeed.
Who was the second character?
It was a Dupyong,
Duke Yong.
so nothing exciting for the second character here at Zot. Jazer, meanwhile, almost done with the underground loop, heading back up to turn in, or to talk to Sheila, get the Earth Crystal and the Bahamut Orb.
In the meantime, Rosa, who's not here, will earn exit.
Wonderful. Thank goodness that Porum's our hero, because she's the only white mage this seed.
Yep. Key item from Zot is the tower key.
That's not bad. That gives us incentive to go up the tower. There's 2 checks in the tower now with the tower key.
No edge, we're not stealing sirens this time around.
Nope. It looks like Stoney might be interested in heading to Dwarf Castle first. This could be either for the Dwarf Castle checks, which would make sense. We do need more characters that are better, or if we're changing up our colors, our menu color. That looks like 64 floor glitch is a potential thing that we're doing right now.
Did we raise the hovercraft?
We have raised the hovercraft.
Okay.
I think. I don't actually know if Stoney's done that.
Jazer did. I don't think
Stoney's. It looks like Stoney has not raised the hovercraft yet.
Okay. So the reason why that's important for the 64 glitch, for those who aren't aware, is the location of any vehicles that are in play is very important when trying to work the system and get to where you want to go. So the easiest way to do this is to simply have the magma key, because all you have is the Enterprise at that point in time. So you're going to just place it at the southeast side of the castle, walk inside, go up and down these stairs till you hit 63 when you're counting. Walking into Dwarf Castle, the front of, and then into the entryway is 2. Into the shop for the first time is 3, and count all the way to 63 going back and forth. It is about as riveting as we're watching an egg being broken and someone going back and forth. So, real riveting content right now. Lasts about 2 to 2.5 minutes to get through a 64 floor run here. Based off of what the settings of the color of your window depends on where you're going. So, Zeno, based off of that color, we're going to the ribbon room, correct?
I think so. I don't know exactly what all the colors are, but I would expect ribbon room first. Oh, Jazer got a freebie siren drop from that egg, which is cool. But I do think now is a great time to shout out our runners. Go ahead and give our runners a follow. And give the rest of our restream team a follow. We've got Beauty doing the restream for us. Rowdy Sniper doing our tracking. And of course, my wonderful co-commentator Rexel. As Stoney is heading into the actual... we finished the stairs, we're doing the other part of the glitch, which is teleporting.
I did not think Stoney was going to do the 64 glitch. I know Stoney's been practicing it, but I guess because this is a free run, if you will, no better time than the present.
I mean, the stakes are about as low as you can get for a tournament race.
So here is... this is a lot of rooms.
Yep, it does take some time going through all these rooms. We will see where Stoney pops out.
There. All right, there's that. There's one more. Here's Coco's shop. And then we should be ready to go to the ribbon room.
The ribbon room. It's a pink tail. That is something that Stoney can't turn in yet because Stoney does not have the hook yet from Ordeals.
And the other is another Bahamut orb. Why not? Why not?
We needed another Bahamut orb. Clearly.
So, if the pink tail turns into a nothing, then this is your risk and reward of the.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Stoney may be doing Luke.
We changed our menu color. We're going back in to do something else.
Maybe just changing the color to something easier to
I
read.
don't know.
Easier in the eyes, I guess.
Okay, Jazer is through the treasury. The other thing worth noting, our runners have not seen Demist yet. If Demist is the Ribbon Room boss, and that's holding the Adamant Rock, Stoney has very little reason to check that.
It's funny you bring that up. Week 1 of the round robin round, I actually ran that same situation. However, Demus did not hold the Adamant Rock. I did not run the 64 glitch because I was not aware of how to do it, and my opponent did run it. Demist was at the Ribbon Room boss, but did not hold Adamant Rock, so...
Oh well. Looks like Stoney is going to just actually do Dwarf Castle. You know, we're gonna do the check that's actually here, that's like you're supposed to do. We're gonna behave. We're gonna fight some variant of Mylon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mylon and friends. I won't say anything else because I don't want us to get struck by Twitch, so we'll just do that. Then you really don't want to hear me sing the rest.
Oh my goodness. Mylon and friends here, not too bad. We do have Quake on Palom, so the friends are not long for this world, unfortunately, for them. They look like they're having so much fun.
Pretty much, Roddy. Pretty much. Almost like the monkey from Simpsons, that sort of pointing. Heroine robe going on Horum with the arty arrows.
If only that was actually good for the dolls.
That's okay. Palom says I got you.
Palom has just been awesome this seed.
And on Stoney's side, Palom's gonna take a nap.
Oh well, he can't.
Punch for a bit. Yep.
He can't always be a winner, and yeah, Mylon punches quite hard.
Blue and friends.
We do see on Jazer's screen that this is going to be some form of guards on Stoney's side.
Yep. Just
the guards teleport from Jazer's side to Stoney's side, and there's Cecil! We found him, he's in Dwarf Castle!
Found him. But Stoney hasn't gone up ordeals, so...
Yeah, Stoney has to do ordeals to turn him into a paladin. Jazer has already done ordeals, so Jazer will be able to just take Paladin Cecil right away. But yeah, Stoney will be sent up ordeals for that hook, which might mean that we get to see what's behind that pigtail.
And this just goes to show why there's no one right way to run a rando seed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just do what it tells you to do.
Yep. Jazer not going to have too much trouble with DKC.
No, not at all. There's no warp glitch on this flag set, so we will not see a hop from Dwarf Castle over Sealed Cave.
Nope. You want to do Sealed Cave early, you gotta do 64. And that's a rat tail from Dwarf, so we guess we have 2 tails to turn in.
That is definitely a reason to go up New Orleans.
I mean, Stoney doesn't know the hook is there.
No, but they know they have a Cecil in their party who would benefit from more deals.
Yes, that does make sense.
And as if the commentators are clairvoyant, here we go. Stoney going for deals.
Yep. Let's go ahead and get Cecil online. We've got Quake to make this easy, right? Right? Quake will make everything easy, right? It definitely works on all of the bosses up here.
Definitely. Especially Plague.
Oh, Plague. Back attack Plague should be a little bit nicer to Stoney's party.
Should be. Now, that being said, Form has gained several more levels than Jazer had too.
Yes.
Which means Form can be faster.
But we also can do more damage, so we might be able to kill Plague before it finishes counting. Evil Wall is just not a threat at this point.
Evil Wall's just taking up space on the bridge.
Yeah.
In the way.
Not a boss that matters at this stage of the seed. Jazer checking out the dwarf shops. Looks like we don't see anything amazing here, really, other than those Zeus gauntlets. Yeah, we can sell one of our Bahamut orbs for a Zeus gauntlet.
Yeah,
sure.
that works.
Yeah, we don't need all of these things that we've picked up. Do you need that Leviathan orb? I guess we do need the Leviathan orb. We're not going to sell it.
Do you, though?
I don't really think you do need the Leviathan orb if you have the Bahamut orb.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need it. Alright, so Artie Bow with the strength ring on Sid.
Jazer heading into Dwarf Castle right away. Not going to do 64 glitch, at least not yet. Oh, party members are falling down. It's up to Edward.
Like I said, this wasn't going to be a formality in any stretch of imagination. Especially without having Quake.
I mean, you have Quake. Quake just doesn't work.
Yeah, well, you have Quake. Yes, you might as well use that on Mylon Z at this point in time. And down.
Okay.
Okay.
Stoney is through Plague.
Edward showing that, yes, I can be helpful in your party. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was only Edward at one point. He's useful.
It's as useful as taking up space until we find the cane in the seed. Or the radio.
Yeah.
D-Lunars, where I would probably just reset my game in FF from here. I have that kind of... Everybody's got the one boss they hate. This one's mine.
They can be obnoxious for sure. Although this one, in this case, they're not so bad here.
Yeah. So while we see our runners here trading shots and blows and checks, we already know what the result is. You want to give our audience a preview of what's coming up in the next round? Or would you like me to give them a preview?
Oh goodness, I don't remember what teams are going against each other in the next round.
Well, then allow me to do that for you. Sorry to put you on the spot. So we forked up, which is Stoney's team here. We'll be going up against the Hitting Squirtle's team in the round of 4. And Dude Where's My Benjamin versus the 2 Pink Puffs dropping adamant armor. That's the team name for you. Those are our 4 teams heading into the round of 4, which will begin play on Tuesday. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow the Free Enterprise channel. If you haven't done so already, what are you waiting for?
Yes. Most of the restreams should be on this channel. We may have some over on Free Enterprise too if runners are scheduling them at the same time, but
So if you aren't following that channel, you should do that as well. Oh, and Beauty, our restreamer,
oh
says
yes,
you should join the Discord.
the Discord is the best place to get updates because we post things when we know when the races are happening and when the restreams are. We post things about those, so you can get all the updates there.
Not to mention, that's a good place to learn about Free Enterprise in general.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
There's so many
community.
knowledgeable folks in the Discord,
Yeah.
happy to share all sorts of information about Free Enterprise.
So Stoney found some illusions and star veils in the Mysidia shop, so now he's on his way to go get the hovercraft so he can turn in those pair of tails.
Yep. We'll see where Jazer's headed. Jazer might be headed up to turn in the rat tail.
Got the tower key, so...
But yeah, the tower key is also weighing on me. It looks like Jazer is going to turn in the rat tail first.
That pink tail is... Oh, we're doing my abs, maybe.
Ooh.
Trying to get a stick for Cecil.
That is spicy.
Well,
I mean, I guess we have a lightsaber, but that's all we have for Cecil, so maybe we should. Stoney is at 9 key items right now, so if we do find another key item out of the tails, they may decide to go ahead and grind at that point with the 10 key item bonus.
We'll pick up the poor man's tent, the ether ones.
Jazer's headed into Evelyn to go ahead and take on some Meobs, see if we can get anything
Pink
out of
tail.
there.
Pass.
Okay.
Which is not a key item, but a very, very big item in this flag set.
Yeah, that is Aromas access, and it is fast access to Z, and we do get a twin harp out of the rat tail.
Yeah, the reason why the pass is such a huge item in this flag set is you have to come back down and forge the sword, even if you do go to the So it's actually faster to get the Z by having the pass than not having the pass at all. So
absolutely, you definitely like seeing a pass in Stoney's position.
Staleman and Skulls gives us a ribbon helm.
Not what we're looking for. Let's check on the next box here, which is the Black Cat Lamia.
Cecil and his blue hair blowing in the wind, picking up some tier 3s. There in Kaipo. Did not get a check on who's in bed.
Yep, pink was from Ribbon Room, so that pass is gated behind the moon, logically. So Jazer may not pick up that pass for a while. Looks like Stoney is going to head to the harp before we...
Defense sword?
Grind, and defense sword is okay. Not, I don't think, what Jazer is looking for.
No, not so much. I mean, it's definitely better than the light sword.
It's marginally better than the light sword.
And we did not do the ogre check.
No, we're not doing the ogre check because we can't quake the ogre check.
We have no axes either.
No, it would take too long. Jazer will be picking up the twin harp though, which is at least the progression item here. And we will see
9 for Jazer.
Yeah, 9 for Jazer was Stoney's 10th because of that pink tail. But we will see what is behind this music check. We do have randomized music in this randomizer. We have, I think, almost 600 songs that the randomizer could choose from. It's a lot of songs.
Is it different by fork, though? Is one of the Gale split fork? Or is it the same?
The fork may have a little bit less. The fork does not have all of the songs that are in the main branch, but it does have many of the songs that are in the main branch.
So Jazer's going to head up the tower. May decide to pick up some of the alert fights on the way up the tower as well to try to get Get some more stuff for
Yeah.
Cecil.
This is more dense key item-wise than the harp check, so I do think this makes a lot of sense for Jazer, but I do believe that it is almost time for us to be quiet here in the booth because we're about to get some tunes from Edward here.
All right, so that was full leg there on the Cave Magnus check.
Okay.
I wasn't sure
That
the
was
song.
some Xenogears music, and unfortunately just a sand ruby behind the harp, so the harp is not required this seed.
There could be a cane sitting in the bed, though. We've got Kenyatta at the top of the Tower of Babel. Mom Bomb was in the cannon room.
Yep. This Kainazo fight is not pleasant for Jazer, but we are going to be able to get through it, I think, without too much trouble.
Yeah, it's just going to take some. Well, that Ice 3 will help.
Oh, yeah. And at this point, I think we know that darkness is through this tower.
The D-Mist could be at the waterfall.
Oh, yes, you're right. No one has checked the waterfall boss yet. We've seen Mist Cave boss, but not waterfall boss.
Sand Ruby is a Yong, so.
Well, yep, no new character there. Sorry.
Yeah, we've not checked the waterfall, so. Stoney probably going to go up tower now.
I mean, this is the place that makes sense for us to go at this point. Yeah. Jazer probably not going to get lured in by that Twin Harp. Unless the answer is Demas, but no, there's the Darkness Crystal. That's probably Jazer headed to the moon after this.
Yep.
We will see what the tower key gives, but the answer was just go up Kiwa's tower the whole time. Just do Kiwa's tower.
Getting in 2 beds. Getting some rest. Some good R&R.
Stoney is on their way up the tower, going to be taking on the Kanazo shortly. Did skip the super cannon room on the way up, which I think makes a little bit of sense if you're thinking about maybe skipping it on the way down, although I think I'd be very hard pressed to fade super cannon room.
Yeah, when you definitely have the tower key, that's an easy check.
When you have the tower key,
yeah.
You're here already. Darkness is not go mode. You do need to find the Adamant Rock, so I think it's a hard sell to skip the super cannon room here. Although if the Advent Rock showed up at the top of tower, I suppose Stoney could fade the super cannon then.
Yeah.
Super cannon's just a life staff, so we are headed to the moon.
Be very interesting if that D-Mist is at the waterfall check.
That would be funny. D-Mist could also be at the King Queen Evelyn spot on the hook route.
Also could be true.
We do have access to that boss location. D-Mist could just be hiding out down there. But I expect we'll see that our runners will clear out everything else first.
The whale has been raised on Jazer's side. The question's going to be, do we see a save scum when we see that pink tail in the ribbon room?
That is a question for sure. I'm hoping not for his sake. Hoping we just keep clearing on the moon. I mean, I certainly don't think you leave the moon with the Baron key or the Luca key.
What if it's a D-Mist at the ribbon room?
Oh boy. That is something we could be save scumming. That would certainly be funny. We will see though. We have arrived on the moon. Jazer gonna check the shop first.
Because we haven't seen sirens in the shop yet.
No, I don't believe we have.
We've seen
And those are not sirens. There's hourglasses and coffins, which are good. They are not sirens.
Nope.
Oh, we have sirens in Dwarf. Okay. Never mind. We're good on sirens. We don't need sirens.
You know, if our commentator would actually write notes down, I'd be able to reference that. But, you know, I've got this fancy note sheet that I don't have.
See, I just haven't been paying attention to shopping.
I mean, I know that Starvale's the Evelyn shop for what that's worth. That's about it. All right. Who is this going to be Kane? Is this going to be Kane?
Oh, it could be Kane. We know Kane's in the seed and we know Rydia's in the seed. We haven't seen either of them yet. But we found their gear.
That is not a Kane. That is another.
That is neither of those characters. It's another Palom.
So we've got Baron Castle package and the Giant.
Yep.
Two of those have two different characters. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We likely will not be seeing those characters.
Spears. Arcane only gear. We've seen many spears.
Yep, we saw White Spear and Dragon Spear.
Darts don't count for Edge. We have seen absolutely zero Hanzo steel.
To clarify, they count in 5.0, not in the 4.6.1 Gale Swift.
Yes, not in this version. In the 5.0 implementation, they darts count, but in this implementation, no darts. But yes, we have seen some spears. Even if darts counted, all we would need to see is a flame spear or a blizzard spear, because those cannot be darted.
Yeah, I figured that was the case, FBL, which is why I wanted to clarify that. That's also part of the reason why I haven't played much 5.0 yet. until we get to this commentary.
Yeah,
I already have enough trouble.
let's
getting the
finish
three
this
flag
tournament
sets.
and then we can do 5.0 stuff.
Yeah, I already have enough trouble trying to keep these 3 flag sets separate.
Oh my
I don't need to
goodness.
change flags on myself either.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get some life glitches on Jazer's side, no doubt. Something to point out is a flag we didn't talk about on the kickoff of the broadcast is the bonus,
Oh yeah.
the max level bonus.
Max level bonus. These King Ryus are quite high level, which means they are going to give us lots of experience.
So how it works is it's going to take the level of the characters. They're going to take 5 plus twice the large. Sorry, it's going to take the largest level in your party and double it. And then for every
Yes.
multiple of 5 under the enemy, you get 20% increase. Is that correct?
That sounds right. I don't know.
It's a very complicated flag. Just needs
I don't
get
keep
more
track of how the flag works. I just keep track of, oh, if you fight things that are very high level, you get big bonus experience. Cool.
Yes.
That's as far as I keep track of it. And yeah, we got about double experience on top of the 10 key item bonus there.
Yeah.
Because King Ryus are quite high level.
So Stoney will pick up the life staff and be disappointed, nonetheless.
Yes. Stoney will be off to the moon, I expect, after Jazer. The second fight, of course, giving less experience because we've gained a bunch of levels, but still giving more than the default 180,000 that you would get with 10 key items and a life glitch.
I believe we are. Let's see.
We're going to take one more fight
One more.
because we're now in the upper 40s.
Yeah, this will get Palom to nuke. Or should
Yeah.
be very, very, very close.
We do definitely want Palom to get to nuke in this party.
Alright, so Stoney going to Evelyn Cave.
Okay, I guess we want to check this character just before we grind, make sure that we've seen all the characters available to us.
Check the shops. Maybe
shopping as well. Shopping is good.
I mean, do you go ahead and peek at Hook 1? It's an awful long walk.
I don't think I peek at Hook 1 at this point. Not with the moon available. I believe Jazer is done with the grind now. We are ready to take on whatever is at this Murasame altar.
Stoney seeing Elven Sorrow's best friend there on the Hook route.
Yep, there's our Cid. There's our Leviathan boss fight that we will never fight.
Yeah, our first check at the Mur altar. Will be Val. That's going to be fun.
Ooh, that is a fight.
Don't believe this is one where she is weak to magic.
No, definitely
no
not.
Pain. This is, and Jazer did not save.
Nope, we're gonna have to get through this fight.
Yep.
We're just gonna have to blink and zerk and get people going with swings. We can cut through the spin. We're high enough level that that's not an issue. But this is not going to be fast.
Val's going to be fast, though.
Val is, yes, Val is going to be fast. The fight itself, not so much. Okay, Yong's doing pretty solid damage. Let's get... Oh, no.
Yeah, well,
he's dead.
That's unfortunate.
We tried.
That blink was going on, too, so... Stoney over there raising the whale now. Just a few steps behind.
Yep. Not too far behind. Down a grind, and that's just about it. this Val fight, but Stoney will not have to deal with the Ribbon Room unless the Ribbon Room is demissed.
And if we see a unfortunate scenario here, we can't cut to this Val quick enough. Stoney definitely picks up some time with Jazer having to go back and regrind.
Yeah. I do think Jazer's going to get through this fight. I've got Blinks up. We're searching Yang and going. We should be okay here. We do have heal potions on Jazer's side, so no one's going to get turned to stone.
And this is a little bit lesser on the HP side than a lot of the other checks.
Yeah.
With the exception of the White Spear.
Porum is going to need a blink there. But as long as we can keep our blinks up and we keep tossing out heal pots to anyone who needs them, we should be totally fine here.
There we go.
And there goes Val. Jazer is through. The extra levels can't hurt.
And there's a Baron Key.
Okay, interesting. That's an option.
Not an enticing option, but it's an option nonetheless.
Nope, and Jazer is warping, which means we are not leaving the Lunar subterrain yet. We're not going to chase that Baron Key down. We're going to go dive deeper and see what's down at the bottom.
Stoney taking a save outside. Find out that we have no help at the top of the Lunar Palace.
No help at the top of the moon. That Baron Key is interesting because it could be valuable for Jazer. And Jazer is taking the lead going down the moon, but Jazer will have to do that Ribbon Room fight, which Stoney will hopefully not have to do.
Yeah, that Baron Key could hold the Adamant Rock. Or
it very well could. You know what it could hold?
The Luca Key.
I was going to say demist at the Odin spot.
Oh, that would be fun. Not really, but that would be fun.
No, it would be silly.
Not really at all. Almost like demist at the Moss Altar.
Yep.
Also not fun.
There's a lot of not fun places for demist. It could hold another Bahamut Orb. That is absolutely correct.
This is true. Stoney going direct.
Okay,
nope,
Stoney is headed to grind and Mirror Altar just like Jazer did. Jazer going to heal up and get ready for these altars down at the bottom of the moon. We'll see if he decides to do Ribbon Room first or heads for one of the other altars. Ribbon Room would be good. I think in Jazer's shoes, not having the pass, once back on the blue planet, I would consider turning the pink tail in for a chance at the pass. Although that is a toss-up. We do have Antlion here on the moon.
Of course. Vacation home.
Naturally.
We really
have lots of big spells, so this is fine.
We have White, we have Nuke, we have Yang doing 4,000 damage. This is merely formality.
Yeah, we're going to avoid most of these counters and just do big damage.
Palam's gonna take a nap. Oh, sorry, Porum is. My fault.
Yep, we parried with Cecil, which means that Cecil's no longer covering, which is a little unfortunate. And unfortunately, the off glitch is patched, so we can't just do the thing. Oh, the off glitch was so good. Oh, and there's the Adamant Rock. Jazer's in go mode. To briefly explain the off glitch, there was a patch of Free Enterprise. This lasted quite a while. This is not an early patch. This is a relatively recent patch. All things considered, where if you used off as in turn Cecil's auto manual cover off, it just wouldn't stop covering that person. And then you could cover someone else manually. And you
Well,
could do this until every single person in your party was covered by Cecil, even at full HP. This has been patched and is no longer a feature of the Free Enterprise Randomizer because it is not a bug. It is not a bug present in the vanilla Final Fantasy IV. So, it was patched, and there is no option to turn this on.
Alright, so Jazer is going to turn in Forge. Will we get the Seraphim Mace or will we get Nirvana?
Oh, that is... I always like Nirvana, but... we will see. Kokol is selling Zeus Gauntlets, Artemis Bows, Moonveils, and Defense Swords. Yeah, we'll take some Zeus Gauntlets, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we got Nirvana! And that is a crystal for Jazer. Jazer did not get the pink tail from the moon, so Jazer will be walking all the way back down the lunar subterrain, but that's okay.
Which could make this interesting.
Yeah, we will see.
That
Stoney
fight's not going to be tough for Stoney either.
Stoney does have to get through this Valvalis and then get through Antlion, which won't be a tough fight, but will be a little bit time-consuming. Nirvana, if you use it as an item, casts Reflect. It is a free source of wall.
What is the timing on that in comparison to Wall or Starveil?
It's an item use, so it's instant.
No, in terms of how long
as far as length, I believe it's the standard wall spell, so it's not as good as a Starveil in terms of how long it lasts, but it's a standard 30-tick wall. But it doesn't use MP, so it's better than casting the wall spell.
Mm-hmm. So Jazer's going to make the 3.5-minute walk through the lunar subterranean.
Yep, we are diving down the lunar subterranean on Jazer's side. With Stoney not on the Antlion fight yet, I do think Jazer is in the driver's seat at this point. Jazer might even be... yeah, I think Jazer's diving down the moon ahead of Stoney.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, Jazer is down the moon already starting the walk down to the bottom, and Stoney is still in this Valvalis fight, which is being quite rude.
Yeah, because Stoney still has to go all the way underground and then come back up to Blue Planet.
Yeah,
to turn the pass anyway. So
that is. Oh yeah. Stoney has to go down to the bottom of the moon, fight an antlion, exit out and forage, and then use the pass.
Yeah.
To get to Zeromus, and Jazer is ahead on this walk down the moon, and Jazer does not have to fight antlion. Jazer just gets to walk right to Zeromus.
It's just it's interesting because I wonder if, and this will be a question I'll have for Stoney if they decide to join us in the booth afterwards, if the thought ever crossed their mind to reset out the Val fight. Now, same boat, didn't save between.
There's no save before the grind. I don't think you do. And both runners going top down. I think it really came down to 64 floor glitch. Giving the pass is nice, but it's not quite enough time saved to make up for doing a harp check that's not required. Jazer did
safe scum coming.
Oh, we're checking the Baron key?
We are.
Oh boy.
We're checking the Baron key for D-Mist.
That is or for the Adamant Rock. That's spicy. I don't like it.
3 bosses and 1 key item.
Well, it's 2 bosses because we know CPU is the first boss.
Well, that's right. Yes, correct.
I don't think I like this play. I understand it's a risk. It's risky. It's an option. This is not a risk I'd be comfortable taking.
I think if I'm Stoney here, this is I just took forever in that Val fight, and this may be my lone chance to get
Yeah,
back to it.
I took a long harp check, and
Yeah.
I took a while in Val. I gotta fade the bottom of the moon, because I got the thing out of the ribbon room that was the value.
Oh,
And unfortunately, the value is sitting just next door in the White Spear altar, and Jazer is already past all of the altars, past the save point.
There's a flag in chat. What does that mean?
I believe that means it is getting to be time to ask a question, because we don't move our final boss around. Zeroma stays right in his place every seed, because it would be too complicated to move him around. But we do give him a fancy new sprite. So I believe our chat is alluding to the classic question that we've been asking since almost the beginning of this randomizer's existence.
And what question is that?
Well, that question would be, whose butt are we going to be kicking tonight?
Is it cute? Does it have a hat?
Those questions all came later. Not for ZZA.
Not for ZZA.
ZZA only has whose butt.
Whose butt?
There's no other questions.
Who do we want to see here? I want to see Kefkamus. That's what I want to see. That's probably my favorite sprite that pops up. Maybe.
Commitmess.
This would actually throw me off, I think. I'm not gonna lie, just the sheer size of that.
I don't believe I've seen this sprite before. I know there's some extra sprites added for the forks, but
There's CPU down on Stoney's side. We know this is going to be for naught, but
yeah, we're at least making progress on the check. I mean, even though it's not the right answer, you're at least making forward progress and getting through towards eventually finding the right place
you don't
to
want
go.
to see Dr. Dialogue here either.
Oh dear. Yep, extra dialogue. Well, we might take him up before he gets to talk too much.
There you go. Yeah, I can easily see this being the play, because yeah, you took the harp. It didn't amount to anything. You took the long bow fight, and this is your Hail Mary pass to see the Adamant Rock is, or the D Mist is here.
Yeah.
And another Cecil for your troubles.
Neat. Jazer is still doing lots and lots of damage to this commitmess. Spells are being bounced off of Sid to avoid triggering any counterattacks.
Just a casual 8900 from our white mage.
And our Zerkers are all doing damage. Just swinging away. I don't know if we're going to heal Cecil or not. I would like to see Cecil healed, but it may not happen.
I don't know if Cecil's doing enough damage. We weren't healing him.
That's fair.
Because then you have to take your damage away from somebody else in order to heal him.
Yeah, Porum's doing a lot of damage. We can keep letting her do damage. It's fine.
So we did not even check.
We're not going to check Barren Basement. We're going
Barren
back to the moon.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's only valuable if it's a demist. We're direct casting a nuke, I think, here. I think Jazer knows that this fight is just about over. Or we're going for a nerf. One of those two. Yeah, that is a direct cast nuke. We're going to get a counterattack nuke. Cecil is no more.
Good night.
Do not go for the direct cast white, but we are at rocks. This fight is almost over. for Jazer.
Crack, boom,
And
bang.
there we go. That is GG's for Jazer. Those characters have plenty of hit points. We're not going to run out of HP.
121-34.
Yes, finishing in first place, denying we
Denying the
forked
sweep.
up the sweep this week.
So Stoney's going to go back down LST. We'll run into the Antlion first, no doubt. Wonder if we see.
That's the wrong way. And it does sound like we are now joined by Jazer. GG's.
Thank you.
So how we feeling? How was the seed?
Sorry. Can you say that again? That game volume is really loud.
They're okay. How was the seed? How are you feeling?
Doing all right. All right. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Perfect.
Well, that's good.
All right. So question. I thought for certain, I said before the broadcast, if you were going to do the 64 glitch.
The
Why
64 glitch?
not? Yeah.
I've never done it.
Oh. I thought you'd be
I
all
mean,
over
it
that.
didn't help this seed.
No, it did not. But I brought that up because you not doing actually saved time because it did not amount to much of anything. The
It
pink
got
tail
you a
roll.
pass
Yeah,
by way of the pink
Yeah.
tail.
that's about
That
it.
that was it.
The pass would have ended up being about time neutral, so it's not like you wasted time doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, this race truly came down to lots of diverging order of doing checks, but then it ended up just being Stoney took an extra heart check. And then was behind on the moon.
I believe it. I treat harp like a terminal key item most of the time, so
That is very fair for this flag set. The harp is not a fast check at all. And it doesn't have any extra character stuff going with it. Like the other long ones.
yeah. I saw Cecil in the seed and I saw a Kane. I chased them pretty hard with Earth
Yes. Oh yeah.
and Dwarf and all that.
It made sense. I mean, I think we saw Cecil gear, we saw Kane gear, we saw Rydia gear.
Did we see Rydia gear? I never
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
bel-
We saw
Stoney, I believe, did
yeah.
see a Blitz Whip in the back part of Edwin Castle that I think you skipped.
Okay.
So there was
I
a
knew I had
Rydia.
Bahamut.
We don't know where Rydia was, but she existed somewhere. There were like 4 Bahamut orbs.
Yeah.
So many Bahamuts.
Yeah, so many. It won me my last seed, so I kind of wanted it again, but
Yeah, the seed really wanted to give you Bahamut. It even gave you Bahamut for your Grimoire roll.
yeah, it did.
And then Rydia has... I mean, we haven't seen Rydia or Kane on stream yet.
I mean, you got the giant and you've got the package.
One of them is at Giant, the other one's at Package. That's what we know.
So, question for you, Jazer. Did you panic a little bit when you saw Val at Mur after you just did all that grinding?
I didn't panic, no. I had grinded, right? I had a full grind. Although Sid was a little underwhelming at that point. He didn't have his arty bow yet. Everyone else was good character. I wasn't worried about it. I had Yong and Cecil to cover for physical damage.
Yeah, you had good physical damage, you had heal potions, so no one was going to get turned to stone.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't the nicest fight that could have been there, but it's not risking your grind.
Yeah. I was glad I did my grind when it was Val and Antlion that I fought on the moon. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have been much ruder. Without having, especially those spells on Antlion.
Yeah, the spells and power punch were super useful.
Yes,
Young
absolutely.
put in work. I was a little worried about the poor Young start. Palom saved the day, though, for sure.
Hallam does tend to do that.
Yeah, double dose of Palom those
My
first two checks there.
sound's off, so don't switch me over. Beauty. Not yet. When I'm done with the interview, I'll turn my sound back on.
Yes, you're showing us what the music was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stoney went and did that check, so we didn't have the title, but we got to hear it.
I think Xenocat knew the title, I'm guessing.
I did. I
I'm
did
guessing
know the
too.
title right away. But this does, despite the win, your team is 1-2 this week. So this does end your tournament run. What are your thoughts just on the tournament in general? How was your experience?
Scheduling wasn't quite as bad as I thought it might be, which is why I hadn't done a free enterprise tournament in the past, so I just didn't want to deal with scheduling.
It can be fickle depending on who you get matched up with, but
Yeah.
we try to do everything we can at least to make it reasonable.
Yeah, for sure. So that was nice. I went 5-0, so that was cool to do that in my first FE tournament.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Overall, it was a pretty good experience. I don't know if I'll do another tournament this long, which is pretty much all the main ones. I just started burning out on FE about the midpoint.
That does happen sometimes with tournaments. This has been not the longest of our main tournaments, but our main tournaments do run a little long just so that we don't have people trying to get complaining about scheduling.
Oh, for sure. I get it. I'm not upset or anything.
Yeah. Oh, and I understand the burnout. I was in the table stage of ZZ3, the tournament that never ended. Oh, and I understand the burnout. So the burnout is real when you're 3 months deep into the tournament and you're still at 32 players.
Yeah, that would definitely be real. I'm only a month and a half in. About 7 weeks or so into my grind.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
And you're still at 32 players.
Not.
Oh yeah.
But not watching. Did Stoney finish?
No, he's just forged.
Okay. So.
And he's got the pass, so he'll go.
We'll be heading to Zeroma soon.
Yep.
But that is all the questions I had. Anything else before we let you go?
Thank you, Xenocat and Brexel, for the commentary. Thank you, Rowdy Sniper, for tracking. Thank you, Beauty and Discovery, for the restream. It's been fun to be on these and be able to just say hi to the community. I've mentioned my first one. I've been in the community since Football Gauntlet. I just haven't engaged much, so people didn't know me very well.
Yeah, it was great to see you running in this tournament. You put on a great showing. It was a pleasure to watch you race.
Thank you.
GG's again, Jazer. All right, so Stoney's heading to Troya to turn in the pass. If you haven't done so already, that was Jazer with the W today. Links to his channel in chat. If you aren't following him, make sure you give him a follow. Give Stoney a follow as well. These runners, as was noted, put in a lot of time and effort in learning these flag sets and preparing for these tournaments to put on a show for us to be able to present to you. With no runners, we'd have nothing to present. So please make sure you go out there and give them a follow.
Yep. Stoney just doing some final shopping, getting some headbands. We love headbands. I love headbands, at least. just a perfect little +5 strength headgear, which is the most you're going to get on a headgear, and resistance to charm, and they're only tier 3. So throwing those on some of those Zerkers before we head into the Zeromus fight.
As we're walking up here, or I guess flying to the moon. Again, as was just put into the chat, if you've missed some of the tournament up to this point in time, as we go ahead and start to enter the round of 4, there is a link to the playlist on our YouTube channel. Follow all the action. There are several very close runs in this tournament, so lots of things to watch. Each of the flat sets are so unique that you can learn several different things from every single run you watch. So if you have 90 minutes on your hands where you just want to sit there and learn a few things about free enterprise, put one of those on. I'm sure you're going to learn at least a few things. So
oh, absolutely. And we've got every single restream that we do, well, pretty much ends up on YouTube, so you can catch up on every race that we've restreamed. Not every race that happened, we can't restream everything, but
I'm gonna give a small plug here real quick while we're waiting on Zeromus to change form here. If you are just a novice player, maybe you haven't dipped your toe in the water, been watching for a while. I know a lot of us watched Free Enterprise for a couple years before we even thought about joining the community and get into some randomizing. We do have several starter flag sets on our wiki site that allow you to get into it and kind of learn how things work with Free Enterprise. There's also a small little club within our Discord community called Tellus Trainees that introduce you to some of the introductory flag sets, kind of walk you through how it progresses as it gets a little more complicated, just so you don't have to bite off more than you can chew to get going. I know the runners make these things look simple, but these are very complicated flag sets for our tournament runs, so we don't want to discourage any of our new players to try to pick up and be successful with one of these flat sets right out the gate. So
yeah, there's I've been watching Tellus Trainees going on, and I'm so excited that we have something back again, because we've had newbie stuff in the past, but the person who was running it previously has been less active lately, so I'm thrilled that we have more newbie focused stuff coming up. And once our tournament season wraps up, we will be launching all fully into club season, maybe after a week or two, because we all need a break, but we will have so many clubs happening here on this channel.
Yep, quick clubs, complicated clubs.
Clubs of all sorts, whether you're a brand new to Free Enterprise or you are an experienced runner looking to try out something different, we've got a club for you, probably.
Yeah, Crystal Sword was the Baron Castle.
Yes, we did see that. We did get a Crystal Sword out of the Baron Castle pot. Probably not worth the time, but it's nice to have, I guess. It's certainly making Cecil do a lot more damage here.
Taking out this maybe, possibly.
We're getting through this fight. We will be fine. We've got lots of damage from Cecil, lots of damage from Young. Damage from Sid, I'm not going to call that lots of damage. Okay, it's about the same as Young, so never mind. Lots of damage from Cecil and just damage from Sid and Young. They're doing damage. It's not nothing. It's solid.
They're contributing.
They're doing solid damage. It's just not lots of damage.
And here comes the counter nuke. Right onto the Quack Kid. Not going to live through that one. Big Bang right behind it, which means Quorum
Yep.
will survive, because that should be a nerfed Big Bang, unless it was already queued.
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
should be nerfed even if it was already queued.
Okay.
We actually need it to be queued to nerf it.
And that's it.
And yeah, that is
Cool.
the fight. GG's to Stoney. Finishing up in second place with an official time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 52 seconds.
And
And it
there
does
is
sound-
Stoney. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. The one time I did not want to see a crystal sword as a reward.
Yeah.
Ah,
No, it was unfortunate. Just the gambles you took just did not pay off this seed.
and that's been kind of the whole story ever since we started this. It's almost last location. At least I didn't last location today. It was second to last
Yeah.
location. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we just talked about that yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we were. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. Sometimes that the thing you need just is right there on the White Spear altar.
Yeah, and
whole
I was
time.
hoping that ribbon room. When I saw that pink tail, I was like, "Ooh, please let this pay
Yeah.
off," and it didn't.
The pass was okay. It wasn't what we were looking for, but it was okay.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Jazer probably got that anyways.
Jazer did not.
Jazer went to White Spirit before the ribbon room, so he didn't run the ribbon
Yeah,
room.
Jazer never did the ribbon room.
Okay, so he must not have had 10 key items going into the bottom of the moon.
He did. He did the Mura first, and then the White Spear.
Oh,
Jazer.
okay.
And he had 10, I think, before Moon anyway, with doing everything on the blue planet, except for Harp.
Okay, yep, and that's another one that just didn't pay off.
Yep. Sanderby is not the value we were looking for this seed. It could have been. You know, there were good characters out there. There was, I believe we knew that Rydia was in the seed.
And there was
Somewhere.
Kane somewhere too. It just,
Yes. It's just that those somewheres were giant in package.
Yep.
And that's what prompted me to go down to Cave Evelyn. Is like, I'm not gonna deal with the Edward. Ended up picking up the Sid. Okay, maybe Sid's a little better than Eddie, but it wasn't what I was looking for.
Oh, I understand completely.
Yeah, you're not going to get any argument from anybody. when
Jazer
you
went
have
down
to-
there early,
Triple
looking for when we hadn't seen Cecil yet, looking for any of those big hitters, and nope.
So did it ever cross your mind? I was talking about here in booth. Of course, I'm not a veteran runner by any stretch of imagination. But when you saw Val at Mur Altar, I know you had not saved from doing your grind. But did it ever cross your mind to drop it?
If I didn't do the gold dragons before, I definitely would have dropped it. But since I did the gold dragons and I was in it, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm committed. Maybe this will pay off. Then when I got the Baron key, I was like, okay, this definitely has to pay off, or else I felt behind at that point anyway. So once I saw the Baron key, I was like, let me go do it. This might be my saving grace, and unfortunately, it was not.
Yeah, I think that Jazer did the same thing. Jazer, I think, did 3 sets of dragons, and then immediately went to the altar, and it was we sort of took a collective gasp when we saw Val pop up, because we knew that grind had happened before, and neither one of you saved beforehand. So after just seeing the unfortunate thing that happened the other day in a restream where we had a save come back to, or a non-save come back to my runner. We thought we were going to see it again, so...
No, it's like it was in the back of my head, especially like you said, that race yesterday. It's like I almost wanted to oversave just because I didn't want to happen what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, better to oversave than undersave, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we didn't pick up the win today. However, your team is moving forward to the next round, where you'll be facing off against Scarsfer, I believe.
Yeah.
No.
It
Yes.
would be
That
Scarf.
sounds right. Yep, hitting Squirtles.
So, what are we looking forward to in our matchup in that next week?
Now I know today's race wasn't really a must-win for me, but for my confidence level going into the race against Garther, I really wanted to win this one. Unfortunately, it wasn't. With their team, Pancras, Garther, and Phineas, they have a team of veterans, really well, great players. It's going to be a very tough matchup. I have the confidence that I can do well. I just got to make sure that I'm not last locationing everything.
So, what do you think you can take away from this run that you'll bring with you to the next race? What is something that kind of sticks out? You'll say, okay, I've learned that. I'm going to take that with me. I'm going to build on that and go into the next round.
I think the 64 stair glitch, it really hasn't paid off for me in any of the races that I've attempted them in, and it's probably going to make me shy away from that particular check. But when you're in the middle of the race and your mind is just thinking at a different capacity, sometimes it makes sense to make that play. Maybe you're trying to make that 10 key atoms. Maybe you need those 2 key atoms to get you 10, and then get that grind over with really quick, especially if everything is available to you. I think checking pretty much every shop for the hourglasses kind of took a lot of time away too. So maybe I need to look at how I approach a potential grind going forward as well.
Outside of that, I just want to congratulate you again on a good run, and congratulations on moving to the next round. Zeno, do you have anything else for Stoney?
Not that I can think of. Just GG's once again, and good luck in the quarterfinal or the semifinals. Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much, and thank you again to the Restream, Rexall, Xenocad, Roddy Sniper, and Beauty and Discovery. If it weren't for y'all, we wouldn't be able to put this show on for the community, and thank you for everyone that watches into all these races. It's really appreciated, and it's fun to make play in these races.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care.
You too.
All right, Zeno. So as we move towards the next week's matchups, I think Stoney touched on it right off the bat. Is we have 4 pretty solid teams going into this round of 4. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you to handicap it all. That wouldn't be too fair.
No.
But I'm guessing this is one of those things where you kind of tell everybody, if you haven't watched much Free Enterprise at this point in time, next week's where you really start to tune in. What do you say?
Yes, I would say. If you have not been watching this for whatever reason, and you decided to start with this race, we're going to want to start tuning into this next week, because the semifinals and the finals are going to be they're going to be something to see for sure.
Definitely Premier Racing.
Absolutely. As always, we will have that information out for you soon in the Discord for when the streams may be. If you're following this channel, you're pretty likely to be able to get a notification when those streams are happening. And of course, they will end up on our YouTube channel as well, if they are restreamed. But I believe that just about does it for our stream today.
Well, it definitely has been a pleasure, Zeno, sharing the booth with you today. Thank you to Rowdy Sniper for doing our tracking, Beauty and Discovery for making sure that we can actually see what's going on by restreaming in the background. So on behalf of our entire Restream team, thank you all for joining today, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
Yep, take care, y'all.